All right, here we go, our second quarterfinal of the day, featuring the number 2 seed Niagara Prep and the 7 seed Bill Crothers.
Niagara Prep versus Bill Crothers. Be sure to follow us on Ontario OSBA on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for news and highlights. And please subscribe to OSBA TV on YouTube for live games, highlights, interviews, and episodes of OSBA All Access. We also like to thank all our sponsors for helping out the Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association. We'd like to thank Ontario Basketball, Pretty River Sports and Entertainment, Crossover, Empathy Custom Clothing, Spalding Precision Basketball, Knight, Canada Basketball, Aran Awards and Engraving, and Ryerson University.
Just sorting out some knee pad confusion. And here we go with the tip. DiBiase comes down with it for Niagara.
Out of bounds, Niagara ball.
Kolovecchia guarded by Wright on the wing. Takes her on, good defense there by Crothers, able to come up with the steal, and here's Downs pushing the pace. Here's Alexander working on the block against Williams. Little hesitation. Got herself open with the left hand, no good, and here comes Niagara.
Good start for Crothers, though. You could hear the bench was very supportive of them trying to go over the top in transition. That was unsuccessful, but they liked that they were looking, trying to find something easy, and then come back and get a nice inside touch for Alexander as well, who gets a good shot.
Green pushing in transition. That shot's going to be blocked by Tambu. Here comes Picton pushing the pace. Great pass to Kolovecchia. Finds a cutting Williams from behind. She's going to draw the foul and head to the line for 2.
And we mentioned Crothers like the opportunity to throw to the top. Any easy buckets they can get in transition, they're going to want. But if this game goes back and forth the entire flow, you're going to feel it plays to Niagara's strengths. So Crothers going to find the chance to get easy buckets, but also get themselves back and limit what Niagara has going on in transition.
Press here by Niagara. Good job, Crothers, able to get through that. Downs a little pull-up early offense. Just rattles out. Williams comes down with it for Niagara, and she's going to start the break.
Yeah, Picton does a nice job as the last one back there. Alexander to touch. She was ready to go at her one-on-one, but Picton took that on.
Great pass. DiBiase finds an open Kolovecchia. That one's just short. Tambu looks to attack Green. Gets to the rim. Unable to finish.
Green with a nice challenge there. Like kept position, didn't really give any room to Tambu. Put a hand up on the shot attempt.
Bring the double. Crothers pass out of it. They get Green a good look from the free throw line. Just rattles out. Alexander from the block got the double. It's going to be tipped there by DiBiase, so it's going to remain Crothers ball here, 6 on the shot clock.
And Niagara will be aggressive defensively. They'll send a lot of traps and different opportunities that they feel they can get some pressure on the offense. What Crothers has to do is capitalize on that and get good shots coming out of the pressure.
Good inbounds, finds Wright on the block, unable to convert though, and here's Tambu pushing the pace for Niagara. Some pressure there from Wright causes the turnover, and here comes Crothers. Downs right at Kolovecchia. Great defense though to cause the miss. And here's Niagara with numbers. Little hesitation by DiBiase, got Alexander up, but Green's there to swat that away.
Yeah, great hesitation. And I like the extension. The scoop shot's a great shot when you go one-on-one and you have an angle in the big, which I think she did in Alexander, but I don't know if she was aware the other defender was there. The scoop then leaves it very unprotected and easy to challenge. Quick reach and knocked out of bounds.
Kolovecchia, a little pull up just inside the 3-point line, no good. Here's Crothers now looking to push. Poor pass there by Wright's going to be picked off by Niagara, and Tibiasu leaking out the other way, and she's going to get herself first 2 points of the game.
As you mentioned, I think this flow right now is a little advantage to Niagara. They're quite comfortable playing like this, a little bit of scramble, chance to trap at different opportunities, running people around, and hopefully playing out of those turnovers.
Substitutions coming in for Bill Crothers, number 2, Mahia Long. Substitutions coming in for Niagara, Emma Cobaldo.
Great job there by Blagrove to contest that catch up top. Going to force a turnover. It's going to go over here to Niagara. Bell finds Tibiasu in the corner, just too strong. Downs comes down with it quickly up ahead. Long's able to track it down. Good job, Niagara, recovering. Downs gets in the keep, a great defense there by Blagrove. Able to cut her off, going to force the travel.
Yeah, Crothers has continued to get through the pressure and through traps. They've had no problem progressing the ball, but they haven't been able to turn it into great opportunities. So they get through this, often to pull back out and continue to run offense. And I think if Niagara can continue to gamble on trapping and coming at you and doesn't pay any price on the back end of it, it'll allow them to take chances for the entire game on defense.
Blagrove finds Tibiasu in the corner again. She's not going to miss too many of those.
So great find. I think the last 2 possessions have been great finds to get her on the weak side there, wide open for 3. Both passes have been a little bit lower, a little off the mark, but she's been open enough to both gather and get shots.
Alexander goes at Harvey, unable to hit. Kolovecchia is going to get called for the foul there on Meek as she dove in for the rebound. It's going to be Niagara's first foul of the game.
Yeah, and Crothers has had a half dozen probably possessions that are pretty good possessions that have not resulted in pretty good shots. And I think that correlation has to change for them quickly.
Good defense there, Niagara able to blow up some of that action. It's going to be 5-second call going back over to Niagara. Blagrove gets right to the rim. Challenge there, though, by Alexander. It's going to be tied up on the rebound. Jump ball going over to Crothers.
Nice job, Alexander. It's a tough thing defensively when you go with an offensive guard, challenge that shot so you have your momentum, your body going one direction to really make the shot as difficult as possible. Then turn around and gather the rebound is quite a show of athleticism. So great job, great hands by her.
Good job. Crothers able to break this pressure again, but again, Niagara does a good job recovering. They got a good look for Barbieri, though, out of it. That one's short. Downs fighting for the rebound, going to step on the bounds after the steal, so it's going to stay with Niagara.
Yeah, and again, as you mentioned, they did get a 3 to that, but a quick hitter out of the press break, got them running in transition. That transition, they were unable to convert anything at the rim and had to go back for a kick-out 3.
Ooh. Niagara tries their own quick hitter out of that pressure. Alexander's able to rip away the steal, though, and Downs comes down the lane. Her layup's no good. It's going to remain here with Crothers. 14 on the shot clock.
Crothers could have used that one. And we've talked about how the possessions have looked, and they finally get themselves something open at the rim, and unfortunately it doesn't go. That would have been a nice one just to break the ice.
Now we get Downs a touch on the block after the inbound. Try to use the size advantage over Tibiasu, but good defense there by Niagara. Now trying to pass ahead to Harvey. It's going to be out of her reach. It's going to go back over to Crothers.
And Niagara will live with a little bit of this, meaning they'll take some chances over the top. They'll throw some away because they'll get the trade-off of the other way. They'll make a fair amount of plays in transition as well. So I think to encourage that creativity and allow them to run, they also give them a little bit of wiggle to take some chances.
It looked like some miscommunication there by Crothers for sure starting the offense, but you have to give some credit there to Blagrove, bumping Barbieri all the way up the court, getting in her space, causing her to just act a little bit before she probably wanted to on that pass.
And Niagara's doing a nice job disrupting Crothers here early, and it's having an effect.
Ooh, tough pass. Right back the other way. Good job. So far, a defensive competition out here for both teams. That's a 7-0 score with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it almost has a bit of a feel that if you could just be the first one to get going, you'll be fine this game. Meaning if Crothers could get a couple of buckets in a row, they put themselves right in this game and have some control. If Niagara gets themselves going.
It's from Picton. Niagara flying around. Good opportunity here for Crothers, but great job by Coble getting her hands on the pass. Wright follows it up, and the first 2 points for Crothers.
Maybe that'll get them going. They get something at the rim finally and a chance for the steal.
Over the pass, tried to find Coble running. Wright came in and is going to pick up the blocking foul. So it's going to be Wright's first foul, team second. Both teams pretty aggressive here with their pressure defense. And both teams have also, we've seen, they're 2 of the deeper teams in the OSBA, so they've both gone to their bench early and often here. So 2 teams that are well equipped to remain in that pressure if it's working. Good job Picton getting right to the rim. The fight for the rebound is going to be off Crothers, so it's going to remain here on the baseline with Niagara. 13 here on the shot clock.
Yeah, Picton does a nice job getting into that heart of that defense, and I think what you'd love to see there is a chance for her to go a bit of a float or something overhand so she's a little more control now from the distance she was from the basket, or take an extra dribble and put herself a little closer to the basket.
Coble off on that shot. Picton cleans up the miss. Just before the shot clock expired, Tombu got to the rim, unable to hit.
Picton does a great job again, though. Gets it low clock, has a sense of it, when she can deliver to her teammates and how much of an advantage she has to create first.
Wright tries to go at Harvey, but great job to contest that shot. It's going to be out of bounds. 13 here on the shot clock.
Substitutions coming in for Niagara, number 20, Sarah Williams. 13 seconds on the shot clock.
Ooh. Great pass there by Jaglal to find Wright. Opposite stealing on the other side of the block. We're going to get a foul there on Williams, her first foul, and it's going to send Wright to the line for 2.
Wright's provided a little bit of a offensive spark here, a much needed spark there for Crothers. So I think her first bucket now, chip to the line. Gives them a chance to get going here offensively.
Quick 4 run there for Callie Wright. So Crothers now down 3, 7-4. Niagara passing around out of the pressure. Tibiasu down the lane. Finds an open Picton on the wing. Just too strong. And Crothers looking to
Finds her again. So as the ball moved, they keep the advantage, finds her on the skip, and she gets a great look. I think Niagara would love that possession.
Finds got Cool Jefferson cutting to the rim. Off got Cool Jefferson, so it's going to remain with Niagara.
And I think at the end of this quarter here, both teams are going to look back as almost like a missed opportunity. Crothers obviously had a terrible start, couldn't get themselves going. And you look at the scoreboard right now, it's a 5-point gap. So had they just got themselves in a little bit of offensive rhythm, they could have been right in this game or even had the lead. And I think Niagara's probably looking at like, we're 1 or 2 shots away from blowing this thing open with how Crothers started.
Crothers comes away with the steal. Got Cool Jefferson leaking out, gets herself right at the rim.
And the way this thing's going, Maxwell, 3 minutes to go, looks like it might just be a scratch of a first quarter.
Tibiasu. Picton's rattles out. Nkua just checked into the game, gets a good job sealing down low. Good pass by Alexander to deliver. It's going to be Tibiasu picking up the first foul.
Foul number 0, Sarah.
Like the adjustment here from Crothers, and Alexander's obviously a focus of their offensive game plan. She's drawing a lot of attention early, so what they do is they flash her high, get her to be the passer, opens up the rim, takes away some of that pressure in the key area, gets some 2 now touches in a row, chance to draw some fouls and get to the free throw line.
Coble tries to find Picton in transition. Great job. And Nkua, some great energy these last few minutes. Able to disrupt that pass. It's going to be Niagara ball here, baseline 18 on the shot clock.
Defense. There, and unfortunately lost the handle. I think she had a bit of an angle.
Niagara ball here, 15 on the shot clock. Leading this one 11-9 here, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Back into the zone on the sideline. Gets Williams a good touch on the block, and she's able to finish over Nkua.
Nice touch. One little dribble to the middle, gets herself some momentum, little baby hook. Great shot.
Good job, Niagara. Full court pressure, trying to slow Crothers down here. Now 10 seconds to go. See what they drop to end the quarter. Try to find Nkua on the block, but good job there by Harrison, able to get her hands on that, pick up the steal, and just like that, we'll have the end of the first with Niagara leading this one 13-9 over Crothers. Same lineups here to start the second quarter. Downs controlling traffic for Crothers. Trying to get some little confusion coming out of the quarter break here for Crothers, it looks like. We're going to get Green using the right screen. Great defense by Niagara, able to get the block, steal combo there. Whether you call that a shot or a pass, and here comes Tibiasu off the screen. LeGrove tries to get up and over Green for the finish, just short.
Going to limit her minutes because of that, or what kind of impact does that have, or if the score will dictate those same decisions.
A little confusion there, Crothers' way. They're going to leave LeGrove open on the doorstep. Cool Jefferson for 3.
That's a big hit. I think they needed a little offensive spark there as well. The first possession in the start of that one that far had not looked promising for Crothers, so just to make a shot helps save some of that.
Harrison unable to answer the other end. On the other side, if you're Niagara, you blew up the first possession, great defensively. You had done a pretty good job the start of that possession. Nothing was going on for Crothers, and then Cool Jefferson just bails them out, hits a deep 3. Not much you can do about that.
Yeah, I agree. It makes this possession a little more important, I think, for Crothers, and not in the overall impact of the game, but I do think in establishing what your offense is going to look like in the second quarter. You don't want it to start like the first, so a good possession here would probably go a long way for confidence.
He's right up top working against Tombu. Gets in the lane. The hook no good, but the follow, and it's good.
And a lot of credit there to Callie Wright. She creates her own shot. She goes and gets her own rebound, but at the same point, we're not going to rely, if you're Crothers, on one-on-one action at the top for the entire game. I don't know if they have the...
Picton evading the defense on the inbounds, fooling Downs, goes the other way, gets an open look and buries the 3.
Yeah, I love that little deception there. She just kind of makes it look like she's coming to the top. As soon as Downs starts to cheat, she makes her pay. And on the flip of it, as we talked about with Crothers, is Niagara. We got to be loving the shots we're getting there.
Vecchia down the other way. Going to get fouled there by Green. She's going to head to the line for 2.
I like that Calvecchia goes toward the contact there. Gets out in transition, isn't trying to finish around her, goes toward the defender, force that defender either to bail out of the play or come at her and draws the foul.
On the line, shooting 2, Julia. Substitutions coming in for Niagara. Sarah will enter the ballgame. In for Sarah Williams.
Jaglal just checked into the game. Her follow no good. Good job, though. Crothers tying up the rebound. Going to cause a turnover there on Niagara. So the initial shots haven't been looking great still for Crothers, but a much better job. They're crashing the offensive glass. They've gotten a few putbacks to go. They've tied up the rebound here, some turnovers. Just trying to mix it up, find any way that they can get some offense going. Unable to hit that. Good look, though, by Wright. Finds Downs open on the doorstep on that inbounds. Back the other way, and Harvey's looked like to be tied up there by Jaglal. And here comes Crothers.
Struggling. I think what's really hurting Crothers, if you look at the course of this first 14 minutes or so, is they've had some shots.
Up their second fouls there on those last 2 possessions for Niagara. So a very physical defensive team, so something to know.
Yeah, the Picton one will be really interesting, just like the Alexander one, because I think she has been quite impactful in their offense. So Niagara, the same thing, has had some ups and downs here in this first half, have not been their best on offense as we've seen this year. That being said, I think Picton's been a very key piece to what has generated them good shots.
Hambu soaring in for that rebound above everyone else. Going to be fouled there on the putback, so we'll head to the line for 2.
And both coaches are going to have a feel for how their teams are executing here in the second quarter. And there's a variety of ways. Niagara has proven the ability to generate shots with their defense. They have some other athletes that can create on the bounce. They've just got to, earn some offensive rebounds. So I think there are ways they continue to get shots. But if that is a struggle, does that mean they have to put Picton back in with 2 fouls? And I think Crothers is the same. They've been struggling to get some offense going. Can they stay in this game through other areas, the offensive opportunities they've been getting on second chances, turnovers, etc., or do they have to find some time for Alexander and see if she can generate some offense?
And a lot of that's going to lie, Steve, in how much both coaches, Coach Graham with Alexander, Coach Picton with his daughter, and how much they trust them not to pick up further fouls to make themselves not being able to play later on. Both of them pretty impactful to
The one for Crothers, you do assume at some point during this, because Alexander picked up those 2 fouls in the first quarter, that she won't sit for the 12, 13 minutes of the first half that it would take right now. So at some point, you assume she's going to get a shift.
Yep.
The question was be like how long that is, or I guess if she does actually get it.
Couple threes there missed off the steal for Niagara. Right back the other way, Jaglal goes right to the rim, unable to hit. You can see, especially with Williams out for Niagara, Crothers has been trying to get right to the rim. Unable to convert in the last few. We'll see if they stick with that strategy here as Williams remains on the bench for Niagara.
And I think if you're Niagara right now, you've also looked at this first half, and they've never really got themselves in. They've had a couple of chances where they could have strung a couple shots together. That's never really clicked yet for them. And then they almost look at the scoreboard right now, like they've allowed Crothers to hang in this thing, even though they've done a great job limiting or bottling up the Crothers offense. So they probably look at this right now just thinking they could break out at any moment. And I think if they could do that at the end of this first half with Alexander checking back in, that would really put some pressure, force them to decide they want to play Alexander for the whole 5 minutes. Or you're going to take her out while Niagara's getting themselves going.
And Williams checks back in with Alexander. It looks like Coach Picton is almost matching those two up. He doesn't want Alexander on the floor without Williams there to guard her. And Williams also, I believe, has 2 fouls. Deceptive move there defensively by Tibiasu. Almost forced Meek, gave her enough time to think about the pass, and then once she was about to make it, kind of jumped in that lane, causing the travel. Alexander again. Adder on the block, going to get the rebound, tries to rip it away. Jump ball here, it's going to remain with Niagara.
So one of the things you probably love about Alexander is probably one of the same things that causes you stress when playing in foul trouble is that she is so active. She will challenge shots. She will chase every rebound. And I think that will probably dictate, as you mentioned earlier, that you want to give her a shift, but unlikely she plays the entire 5 minutes because of how active she is.
Downs gets the rebound. She's going to push in transition. Blagrove, the only one back. Going to challenge her, and she's going to pick up the foul, so it's going to be Crothers' ball.
Foul number 9, Chantel. That's her first personal foul. Team foul number 4. Substitutions coming in. Number 32, Jenny.
Nkua just checked into the game. Size mismatch and finishes with the right hand plus the foul.
And they finished when Alexander was on the first quarter. Crothers did finish with that, moving her away from the basket and her entering the ball to the inside, pulling Williams away from the basket, allowing someone else to attack, and they're having success. So, Alexander being on the floor has been a big plus to their offense, even though it hasn't been her taking the shots.
Ooh. Risky move, but Alexander pulls down the offensive rebound. Going to be picked away on that pass, though.
So check. Those are the moments where it could result in the sub coming. So check for the bench.
Niagara worked around, great job, but goes right at Alexander, and Tombu is going to be fouled there. She's going to head to the line for 2, and that one's going to cause a sub as runs right to the bench.
Yeah, and again, as I said, it's when you're Crothers, it's what you love about Alexander, but at the same time in this situation, it causes you some stress because you needed her to stay in the game, and now she has that 3rd foul. if you're Niagara, you give full credit. They felt her in the game, and I think every possession down, they made sure she was involved in it. They had people going at her. They got the rebounds. They were looking for her. So full credit and great awareness by the Niagara team to put Alexander in those situations and see if they could draw that third foul. That's an unfortunate one for Niagara. They had great ball pressure up there and forcing Wright already to start to do a fair amount of work. So a referee or shot clock correction can relieve some of that pressure for Crothers and allows them to reset.
Timeout on the floor.
Heading into this timeout, we're going to get Niagara leading this one 22-17 over Bill Crothers.
Crestwood winning. Back to our ball game.
Trying to get right a touch on Ntombu. Little confusion there in the play setup. Got her to it in the high post, probably a bit further than they wanted against the quick Ntombu, and right back the other way. Niagara answers quickly.
Yeah, Niagara has not generated much of their defense, which is a staple of themselves.
And right away, Ntombu with the steal, handoff to Tibiasu, and she's able to finish again.
Yeah, what I was going to say, which was leading into that, is they can quickly put up points. So without that offense having yet been at the situation, Crothers has to take advantage of this first half. Because the realities with Niagara, as they've proven all year, is that can come in bunches and it can come quickly. They will generate.
Fake, unable to hit. Williams, though, with the follow, and she'll be fouled.
Yeah, nice hands there by Cole to catch that inbound pass. Lily was over her head. Nice job to get a left hand on it and bring it in.
First personal foul, team foul, number 5. On the line, shooting 2, Sarah.
And this is it. That window for Crothers may have expired. Doesn't mean the window for the game, but now they're going to have to find a way to get some more offense going consistently themselves. The pace this game was going was too risky with the way Niagara can get themselves points in a hurry.
And they had done a great job early on. It didn't seem that Niagara was turning them over with the pressure, with their defense, but 3 turnovers the last 3 possessions for Crothers. They're really going to have to clean that up, because once Niagara gets out and transition off these steals, that's where they're the most deadly. And again, Niagara's press causes another turnover with the 8-second call, so it's going to go back Niagara way.
And now you've run out of the option, unfortunately, with the Alexander foul earlier of your Crothers, that they cannot go back to her, which has been an important piece of their offense. You're trying to find a way to stay in this thing so you can get your offense going in the second half.
Whew, nice pass, extra pass. Coble, open look, just too strong, and Crothers comes down with it. Here's Meek pushing the pace.
And a great extra pass there for Niagara, getting themselves another good shot.
Downs wants to go inside on Tibiasu, but again can't get the layup to go. Tombu pushing it, gets into the lane. Another look for Corbel. This time the other side, and it's good.
They keep getting them clean looks, as we mentioned. Niagara had some clean looks where they didn't fall, but they're getting high-quality shots that are going to go.
Ooh, great pass there. Downs to find right on the other side. If you're Crothers, that's what you want coming out of the press, and if they can get 2 or 3 more of those looks, then it's going to cause Niagara to have to come off of it, which might relieve some stress here on their guards. Crothers in this zone. And a half to go. Cool Jefferson, a deep 3 that time. It's too strong. Right, another offensive rebound. Going to draw the foul. It's bonus, so she'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, the trip to the line is probably much needed for Crothers. A good find the last press break, as you mentioned, try and soften that up. 2 easy points. They can get a couple more here, and again, just try and keep themselves in this in the second half. Hopefully the addition of Alexander can get a little more offensive flow going.
2 shots. 80.
Ten-point game here, Niagara. 1 minute to go in the first half. Going to go back over to Crothers.
This has been a good response, because I think Niagara had shown some colors there, had some pressure coming.
Crothers tried to catch them sleeping. Jaglal gets in the key. The foul call going to be called for too many steps first.
Now, on the flip of this, Niagara has gone the second quarter without having to go back to Picton. And the offense has got itself going just fine in the interim. So I thought she was really key, really critical for them early when they were having some struggles offensively. But now they got themselves going and are able to do it without her. So it's a big plus for Niagara.
Coble, we talked about, she got a few open looks early there, had missed, I think, her first 3 or 4 attempts at 3, but has now made her last 2. She's someone who we know can get hot in a hurry, so someone that Crothers is going to have to see in that zone. Here's Crothers, 20 seconds here to go. Let's see what Coach Graham drew up out of the timeout. Right, high post, Downs looks to attack, gets to the left hand. Great defense by Tibiasu. 10 seconds, let's see if Niagara can get a score out of it the other way. Tibiasu hangs in the air and finishes with the 180 spin floater.
What an athletic play. The body control to go out there. It truly looked like she was looking to pass the entire time, but while in air, changed that decision and still able to put it up to the rim. So A, takes the strength to do that, and B, the touch to finish. What a tremendous play.
And just like that, we'll have the end of the half. Niagara leads this one 36-21 over Bill Crothers. Back out of the timeout, we get Picton here with the pull-up. Just off, but Williams, great job with the putback.
I can feel like this is probably that time for Crothers. They have to have something start to go for them, that to make some sort of change. Something's going to bring a bit of momentum and rhythm going, but you also have to have the output, get a score. And I think Williams, with a putback around the rim, just keeps that pressure on. The gap gets larger and the task becomes even more insurmountable. So Crothers is going to find something quickly, chip away at this lead.
So Niagara went into a zone. They are great cut there, but Barbieri able to get behind the defense. Foul's going to send her to the line. First 2 attempts of the day.
Substitutions coming on in for Niagara. Chantel, Jamie, and Sarah have entered the ball game.
LaGrove there, caught in the trap. Alexander comes up with the steal. She's going to push the pace here for Crothers. Stop, step around, great move. Unable to finish with the left hand, though. There's 2 Crothers, picks up Coble, full court. Able to pass through it. Picton's pass, though, for Coble, just out of reach. It's going to go back to Crothers.
Yeah, it was a nice.
Coble is able to hit the pull-up jumper, extending this lead now 26. Niagara leads this one 52-26 over Crothers. Right back the other way. Right finds Alexander on the block, and she's able to finish plus now on the shot clock.
Yeah, you can hear the Crothers bench again loving Alexander's commitment and competitive fire, but trying to get her to challenge that shot a little more in space and not go towards the shooter.
Coble just too strong on that attempt, and here comes Crothers trying to leak out the other way. Downs pushing the pace. Looking for Alexander, but Ntombe is there to pick that off, and here's LaGrove pushing back for Niagara. Here's Wright, finds Picton. That's just off, but Ntombe able to pull down that rebound.
Get themselves out in transition, get a 3, see if they can build a little momentum from that.
Foul on number 23, Deontay Brown. Second personal foul, team foul, number 2. Substitutions coming on in. Lauren will enter the game for Callie. 15 seconds on the shot.
Tibiasu finds Williams. They get Tibiasu a decent look from the corner, just too strong.
Just going building on my earlier comment on Niagara, I think they've had some good possession still the last 2 trips down. I don't think there's any sense of panic out of a run starting for Crothers. But if you're Crothers, you have to try and build that momentum regardless. Another good shot that does come short for Niagara, though. That is 3 trips in a row where they've had 3 good looks and none have gone down.
Niagara now in this zone look. Gets herself by Downs. A good look for Wright on the wing. Too strong, but Tibiasu able to clean up the miss. Colwell tried to dump off. Got a hand on it. Little hesitation. Kicks out another look for Wright. And this one's good.
And it felt like they were due, having good possession still. Another good shot. Wright knocks that one down.
Downs goes to the rim. Too strong. Here's Wright now pushing the pace for Niagara. Kicks out Coble. Quick trigger in transition. Too strong. 2 Niagara's fighting for the ball. The reverse.
And Niagara's getting too good at possessions right now. If you are Crothers and you are going to try and mount anything, You really need almost every possession to go your way at this stage.
Going to get some subs here for Crothers as Wright, Gakul, Jefferson, and Jaglau all check back in. We'll see if they can get some offensive spark from these three. Niagara stays in this zone. Right off the top, Coble gets a steal from Gakul Jefferson. DiBiase has picked off Alexander, and a pretty savvy play to tip it off Coble there on the baseline.
Out of bounds. Still Crothers ball. 2.5 seconds on the game clock.
Ooh. Decent look there for Alexander from half. Coble got tied up, able to pass out of it. The three just short.
Oh, I thought Niagara had them there.
Cool Jefferson, Ty Williams is now. There's
Jump ball will go with Bill Crothers. Timeout.
we're going to timeout Crothers here as Niagara leads us 166-42, 6 minutes to go.
Capital Courts versus
Again, the press. Crothers goes for the pass over the top.
Out of bounds, Niagara ball.
Finish plus the foul.
Yeah, great ball movement. I mean, the first one to wait for the defender to jump out, Coble into the back door. Pass that like led her a little bit, and Coble another nice little pass too. Just kind of had the defense continuing to scramble.
Team foul, number 1. Shooting 1.
Niagara stays in the pressure. Crothers able to break through that. Wright finds Alexander right under the basket. Unable to hit the first, but the second. It's going to be fouled on the second, too strong. It's going to head to the line.
Foul on number 17, Sarah Harvey. That's her 3rd personal foul. Team foul, number 1.
I think these first 2 games have been pretty good statements for the top 2 teams in the OSBA as well, Max. We get the playoffs kicked off, and the 1 seed does a great job kind of showing why they've been the 1 seed all year, and then I think the 2 seed steps to the table and does the same thing. We'll see the 2 evening matchups bring a little more drama.
Whew. Fancy dribbling there by Coble, but then a little out of the reach of Harvey on the dump off. It's going to go back to Crothers. Ooh. Downs pass there, picked off by Harvey.
Foul on number 5, Larissa. That's her 4th personal foul. Team foul, number 5.
And here the Niagara bench is still actively coaching their athletes and staying engaged, as I think they realize the importance of this time right now. You get very little opportunity beside this present to prepare yourself for the semifinals that they'll be heading into on Saturday.
There's Alexander on Harvey at the top. Down to 7 on the shot clock here. Wright gets in the lane, but great job by Nkua, able to cut her off and draw the charge.
Nkua had a great angle. She was there nice and early. I think potentially moved a little bit at the end of it, but because the offensive player had lost control, it ended up being offensive foul.
Alexander, the long jumper, too strong. Long comes in diving for the offensive rebound, no good. Wright cleans it up. Good dump off to Harvey, and she leaves it short on the floater. It's going to be jump ball on the rebound, staying here with Niagara.
This pass by Wright, I thought, in transition. Got the defender to at least look at her and then bounced over. The defender cannot touch it. Lets her offensive teammate run into the pass.
Harvey now gets to the left hand, finishes plus the foul. It's going to be a foul there on Nkua, so Harvey's going to go to the line for the 3-point play. Long dials up another triple. That one's short.
Great take there, I thought, in transition. Saw the seam, quickly seal out the defender, and there's a bit of awareness, both body awareness and spatial awareness of where defenders on both sides of the offensive player. seal one lane, take contact from the other side, get the shot up. Really well done.
Grove goes 1 for 2 from the line. Green gets to the rim, no good. Alexander follow, too strong. And Kua's follow, it's no good. Alexander a second time, and it's just off. Lots of chances there for Crothers. Still in the zone look for Crothers. Niagara again. Harrison this time from the wing, too strong.
Yeah, again, Crothers does a nice job absorbing some penetration against that zone and not getting so distorted to give up an open shot.
Herbieri at the top, it's off. Kolovecchia, good look from the wing. Just short, but offensive rebound for Niagara, and Harrison's going to put the putback up and good.
Yeah, look like Niagara has a little more left in the legs right now at this stage of the game. To get that one in transition, ran by a couple of the Crothers players.
Another offensive rebound there for Alexander. Is going to draw the foul. It's going to send her to the line. Both teams in the bonus here, 2 minutes to go.
Foul on number 11, second personal foul. On the line, shooting 2, easily. Substitutions going on in as Sarah has entered the ball game.
Great effort here, and Kua gets the miss, puts up her own, follows it up again, and draws a second foul here. 2 more shots from the line for Crothers.
That's her third personal foul. On the line, shooting 2, Jenny.
Able to hit the second.
Out of bounds, Niagara ball.
A job there by Crothers. Still with the reserves in now the game. Still keeping up the high intensity. Tipping that one out of bounds is going to remain here with Niagara. They get Williams a touch on the block. We're going to get called in Kua on the foul, so she'll go to the line for 2.
Foul on number 32, that's Jenny's second personal foul. On the line, shooting 2, Sarah.
Quick shot there by Schwartz. Just checked into the game on the last possession for Alexander.
Bill Crothers ball.
Niagara still in the zone. Look. Meek gets a good look on the pull-up, too strong. Kolovecchia cleans it up.
This is a great time for Niagara. As we mentioned, they've got a couple big games coming up.
Okay, Williams, another touch right on the block. She's going to be fouled. She'll head back to the line.
Just correct that. They have one more big game coming up with the potential for a second game. But I think what you want to do in these opportunities is you have a chance to run through all your package defensively and offensively. And we've seen them executing a few things on offense, making sure they're getting through the different options. Great test for later. And I think now you see them showing a couple different looks on defense as well. And these might be things you show 1 or 2 times, but to get you some live fire to practice it before you get into the semifinals.
And they're also getting some extra run here for Kolovecchia and Williams. Kolovecchia played a little bit less in the first half with some foul trouble. And then we saw her get going here in the second half. Williams, they've gotten touches the last 3 possessions. So some confidence here for some players that are likely going to have to play some big roles in the upcoming games.
Sarah Williams, that's her 4th personal foul. On the line, shooting 2. Lori.
Again, they get a Williams touch on the block. Drop step around Akua. The follow, though, going to be fouled by Schwartz. She's going to go back to the line for 2 more.
Yeah, nice job sticking with that. We see Williams with a good first move, gets up and under the shot, doesn't go, just sticks with her own shot, gets her own rebound, that draws a foul. So get your best sense of where the shot's going when you're the shooter, and Williams just chases it down.
Tipped out of bounds there by Niagara. It's going to remain here with Crothers. 10 seconds to go in this one. And at the end of our second quarterfinal here, Niagara takes this one 78-46 over the Bill Crothers Colts. Stay tuned. Next game will be Capitol Courts against Southwest Academy.